Alright guys, today's quick video, I'm going to show you how well and easy it is to work with TiniFiber 6-stranded micro armor single mode fiber. I'm not going to use the yellow as the demo, I'm going to use the black. Yellow is my favorite color for fiber. As we can see, I've been stockpiling of fiber. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to work with this fiber. Spoiler, it's very easy and it works very, very well. So let's jump in. Fusion splice a pigtail one here, see how easy it is. I'll show you my method to working with it. Okay, I'll go over a couple tools before we cut into this TiniFiber stuff that I bought. I also have a piece that I cut off because we have to calibrate the fusion splicer that's behind me here. So I cut off a couple pieces that we could calibrate the fusion splicer with, and we can see that it's got some strands in there. We got some pulling yarn, armid, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it something different. We have some stainless steel braiding that goes around it, and then we have the actual bendable armor that goes in there. This is usually meant for rodents and other places outdoor. This is outdoor rated also, but this is meant to protect this from rodents and stuff like that. That's usually where they use that. So the tools are all the ones that I are favorite of, and I use these a lot for all of my fiber stuff. I have two different types of fiber strippers, this being one style of fiber strippers that I like, because as we can see on here, it does 600 to 900, 125 and 250 micron fiber with these strippers, and they work really, really well. I have a Wawa fiber cleaner. Just use this to clean the fibers because we have to do it. You don't need this to do it, but I like this because when you're using multiple strands, it's actually easy to use and it works very, very well. We need a pair of really good side cutters, and I happen to have a pair of Jonard ones that I've had for a while. And the reason why we need a pair of these that are really good is because this tip right here is important to get into the middle of this when we bend this and pull it apart and bend it, so we don't touch the fibers, but it gets in there so we can actually cut that so we can break it away when we split this apart. And then we have another important tool, which is a sleeve cutter. There's so many different tools of how this has been named, but I call it a sleeve cutter because it goes on the outside and it cuts the sleeve on the outside or the shield, so that way it doesn't damage the fibers. And if you guys are getting new into fiber and you want a very good tool kit, I suggest getting the termination kit from Clearline. This has everything in it. We have some armid shear cutters that are extremely sharp and cut this very well. We'll be using these. We have a fiber tin plastic case where we can put all our disposable pieces of fiber. You want to have one of these or some kind of container that you can mark to put your fiber into, which is in here. We have two VFLs, one's an LC and one's an SC. These are LC pigtails, so we'll probably use that just to verify things. We have our fiber cleaners on the top, some fiber strippers. This is another style of fiber strippers. This does the outer shield, 250 and 900 micron, not in that order, stripping for doing this kind of fiber. We'll use those too. Yes, I'm in my shorts because it is very warm out. So let's go ahead and try cutting this, getting it prepped, and then we'll fusion splice. We will take our fiber and give it an approximate length. This is just a scrap piece that I bought to play with. We'll use this guy, push this on here like this, spin this once, that's all we need. What we do is you break it, and it'll just pull right off. So now we have our armid yarn. This is meant for when you are pulling this for a long pull. You don't need to take this much off because you don't want to waste it, but you'll use this to tie onto your pull string along with your pull line, so that way you pull on this and not on the jacket or on the actual fibers. I'm just going to cut it off with these very sharp shears. What I do is I go like this, up close. I tie this in a knot because if you don't, this kind of frizzles up and makes a big mess. gets stuck to your socks and everything else. So I just make a loop, go like this, so now it all stays together. Then I toss it over there. The next piece is we have some stainless steel meshing to go around this to protect, and then cut this like that, pull it off. Okay, now this is the part where we need gloves. Before I go too far when I'm actually terminating this stuff, I put a piece of heat shrink on here. I pull it all the way back. When this is all done, put a piece of heat shrink on there to make this look nice, but we're not going to do that yet. So we'll put on our gloves, pull on this like this, just enough to split it apart like that. So now I can get our tool in there. We'll go like this, pull this around our finger, gentle, no major stress on there. Then we'll cut this very carefully so we don't cut the strands. Now it's done. Pull this out, toss that away. Now we have a little bit of a burr right here. Some people will take a pair of needle nose and twist that around. Right now I'm not going to do that because I don't have a piece of heat shrink to go on there, but now we have our fibers exposed and ready to fusion splice. So we got our white pigtail, we got our cleaner. Now we have two different styles of strippers we could use. These are kind of my favorite because they're just comfortable to use, but these work very well. They come in the kit. So we'll use these ones because my favorite. Okay, these are our practice ones because we have to do our fusion splice calibration. So what we'll do is we'll do this. We have our Trend Networks S60 fusion splicer right here. We won't need anything in here except for just this guy. I've got to make sure that my clamps are on here. Yep, we got the 900 micron clamps, which I really like. And our tray. We are good to go. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see if this will work for you guys to see. Turn this guy on. Pull this up. We'll just take any colors that we have here, and I'm going to take the green one and the blue one because it's going to ask us some questions. Are the fiber types and models heater profile correct? Yes. Have you done a quick optimization or arc calibration? We're going to click no, and we're going to go quick optimization. Now we got to strip the fiber, put it in here, and then into our pieces here. So we'll do one side at a time. Strip it with our strippers. Hopefully you guys can see, sorry. Strip a little bit at a time. There we go. There we go. A little bit more. Okay. We also have to prep our fibers to be cleaned, which I haven't done yet. Should be wet. Okay. Clean it, nice and clean. We'll take out our clamps. Put this in the clamp just like that. Now, so the nice thing about using these clamps is that I can be lazy and just go like this, stick this in here, close this, and I don't have to worry about anything. The fiber even went inside here, so that's good. Now the nice thing about this is I just go like this. I don't even have to line it up. I just have to put it on these two posts and it lines out automatically right here. Now let's do it to the green side. Actually, you know what? I'll show you guys how well these work too. Doing the exact same thing. So, same thing. Pull our fiber. A little bit at a time. Okay. Then we'll pull our coating off. Just taking my time to show you guys. Okay, now I have my cleaner here, so we'll clean this. Good. Stick this stuff into here. Done. Ready to go. Oops. Right. Hard to do when I'm trying to sit down on the floor. Push those in. Huh. Okay. We'll let it do its auto calibration and be right back. So we'll go set. Set. Okay. our arc calibration is set, so we are done. Take a fiber out, a little bit of pull string, it's ready to go. That's just a scrap piece for calibration. Now let's do the real thing. So let's do the fiber first. So we're gonna pick white. So we'll put our sleeve on a pigtail because it's not gonna come off because it's not that short. Put this into the center here, down there. Okay. Now we'll do our fiber here. So we're gonna do both sides here. So we'll take a little bit at a time. I'm just gonna put it on the floor because I'm messy right now. I'm gonna clean up after. Put a little bit at a time off. A little of this off at a time. Okay. You don't need too much, but I'll go just a little bit more. Okay. And then we'll do our coating. I always do the finger trick. I saw that in training, just to keep it clean so that we don't get any buildup and then it makes a big gooey mess. Keep doing this. Okay. Take our flour. It's nice and clean. Pull our clamp out. Stick our fiber right to the tip here, like that. This is a thumbprint, like that. Cleave it. Done. I see the fiber hanging out there because it's shiny. We'll just brush that off into the tray here. We'll take our clamp, put this in here. Perfect. And I can bring this fiber up here. I didn't make this that long, so it's probably going to be picky, of course. Do the same thing for here. Make sure that we have our sleeve on there. We'll do the same thing. So a little bit at a time. I'm making a mess on my floor. Okay. Clean it. Always want to clean it. You should hear a squeak. Yep. It's loud in my garage because I got my server in there. So now we'll take this guy off. Put him to the end. Right there. Finger. Close it. To our cleaver. All the way to the end. And our fiber didn't go in there, so that's fine. We'll just brush it in there. Okay. Push this into here. That was angled differently. This is a little easier. I'm going to open up the oven because when I'm done, I'm going to go from here to here. We'll close this. We'll push set. There we go. And we have a 0.01 dB loss. And that right there is why we fusion splice. So like this. Take this off. Open these guys up. This takes practice to do, but I'm sitting on the floor, so it's a little bit harder for me to do. Take this fiber over here, keep it in the center, let it bake, close these guys up, done. I'm gonna put some of this stuff away here, lock these, and we'll take out our LC VFL. This is still baking. Okay, it's done. It's kind of clearish, but it's still hot, so I'm going to put it over here to cool off behind here. As it's cooling over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shine this VFL into here, or it's light anyways, into the tip of this, and then we'll look at the other end. So push this here, just like that. Leave them on. We get some macro bending there because the light's there, but on the other end here we see a very, very shiny, bright light showing us that we have a good, okay termination. We can't verify if this has been perfect or not because we're just seeing a reflection from the fiber being cut. The only way we'll really know is if we fusion splice this end with another pigtail and then measure it with the clear line power meter tester that we have upstairs. So for now, that's just a quick demo of how easy this TiniFiber actually works, how well it fusion spliced, and yeah.